The resumption of learners of over 1.2 million grade 7 learners countrywide has been met with hiccups, with parents complaining of high admission charges by schools, as well as most school managements complaining of logistical challenges, among them shortage of teachers who are yet to report to their designated schools as assigned by the Teachers Service Commission (TSC). The teachers claim that the available facilities are not enough for the high number of learners enrolling, slow distribution process of textbooks to be used by the learners, parents having to dig deeper into their pocket to purchase new uniforms, and searching for new schools for their children after their previous schools failed to meet necessary requirements. Even though the TSC, through its Chief Executive Officer Nancy Macharia, insists that the Commission has onboarded the highest ever number of teachers to help curb the teacher shortage situation in the country, most public schools that will host the JSS lack enough teachers, despite the Commission recruiting 30,000 teachers. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu had revealed that more than 20,000 schools have been approved to host JSS, which means that most schools will receive only one of the newly recruited teachers, while there are 12 subjects to be taught. To help curb the situation, Machogu has announced that teachers from secondary schools will aid in teaching the JSS learners. The situation of higher number of learners compared to available facilities continue to manifest, as learning centers were forced to increase the number of learners sitting to 6, up from 4 per single wooden desk, with other schools turning away admission requests from parents and other head teachers who sought opportunities for their grade 7 learners. According to the guidelines released by the Ministry on Implementation of JSS, the learners will have to utilize the infrastructure and resources of the primary schools in which they are domiciled. In the long run, Education Principal Secretary Belio Kipsang has said that the government has set aside 3.7 billion shillings to establish laboratories with basic apparatus, equipment and specimens relevant to integrated science, as well as workshops for the pre-technical studies with the relevant working tools and safety equipment and materials, unlike the private schools, which have already invested in the facilities and resources for their learners. Institutions which have been forced to enroll new and more learners from other schools have been forced to charge admission fees of up to 5,000 shillings, resulting to an uproar from parents. Additionally, parents and guardians who had their learners in previous private institutions have been forced to seek opportunities from public schools, after Machogu announced that the government will provide 15,000 shillings capitation for every learner in JSS. Last week, Machogu launched the National Grade 7 textbook distribution exercise and said that the books will reach schools between March 30th and February 17th, 2023. Earlier, the CS said that JSS exams will be formative and summative, offered in form of school-based assessment (SBA), national assessment supervised by the Kenya National Examination Council (NEC). After a long overdue holiday, learning resumed for junior secondary school scholars, filled with a lot of hiccups. As CS Ezekiel Machogu has further announced new directives, among them for learners to report to school at 8 a.m. and leave just after 3:45 p.m. Stanley Lugaria, the informer, uncovering the truth.